guys, my name is Megan and so I've got my December wrap up for you. Alright, so I'm actually filming this probably a week before I normally would film this because Christmas, and New Year's. But let's go ahead and dive into what I read in December. Alright, so the first book that I finished in December was Magnus Chase and the Gods of Asgard, The Sword of Summer. This was such a fun read. Magnus is pretty much like the epitome of Rick Riordan characters. I really fell in love with Magnus and he felt very real to me. Also because we kind of share a birthday, but also because he just feels like the most real out of any of Rick Riordan's characters. This got a 4.5 out of 5 stars from me. Okay, so next up we have a ton of ebooks that I finished this month. All of them were Christmas themed, which I really enjoyed, and it was just kind of a nice little holiday break in my reading. So first up for my holiday ebooks, I have Sweater Weather. This was really cute. It was very holiday, like Hallmark movie romance kind of. This was really sweet. This one got a 3.75 out of 5 stars. I just really like this one. It was really sweet, and actually a lot of the Christmas romances that I read this year had to do with being snowed in at a hotel for the holidays, and it was just really sweet.
Hey guys, editing Megan here, coming to you on a very snowy, wintry day. Just to say that I did leave out a book on this list. And that was a DNF of the Hockey Player's Snow Day. I really did not like this book, and it was one that I really wanted to, but yeah, that's the one book that I forgot to put on that list.
Next up I finished is Swan for Christmas. So this one I had originally given 3 out of 5 stars, but I changed that to a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed this one because it had some like non-traditional shapeshifters, and it was just so good, and I really enjoyed this one. I also happened to get the second book, or that's not necessarily a second book because this is part of an ongoing series, but it's like a follow-up book to this one by the same author with the same characters. Okay, next up is The Heat Is On. This is probably my least favorite out of the books that I read this month. So this one, it felt like the author didn't take any time to really establish one of the characters. The other 2 main characters felt really fleshed out and like fully realized. The other main character just felt kind of like held together by like a wish and a prayer almost. And the dialogue was not my favorite. It felt very stilted, and this one really could have used another editing pass before it was released. This one got 2 out of 5 stars. Okay, so next up I finished Network Effect. This was such a good read. I really took my time reading this. I mean really took my time reading it because this book, while it's still a Murderbot Diaries book, it still has that same feel. It also felt very different because this is the first full-length novel in the Murderbot Diaries, so it felt different but the same. Do you guys know what I mean? It felt weird going into it, but once you get past the 115 page mark, everything really starts coming together and it feels just like a regular Murderbot Diaries book. This was so good. This one got a 4.5 out of 5 stars from me. Would highly recommend. Okay, so next up I finished Bear Creek Christmas. So this is another of the holiday romance books that I finished. This was really sweet. Although I have to say this the sex scenes in this book were ridiculous, and like the word choice. I honestly don't know how I made it through this entire book without just like dying of laughter because it was interesting, to say the least. I really did like this one because it had like bear shapeshifters and some really interesting like male body positivity for like plus size characters. It was really good. This got a 3.5 out of 5 stars. All right, so next up we have another ebook. This was Home, the Murderbots 4.5. So it's a short story set between books 4 and 5. And this one was really interesting. It's from Dr. Mensa's point of view, and it's after they get back to the Preservation Alliance space station. It's really interesting to see her point of view about the things that happened in book 4. Really interesting. This got a 4 out of 5 stars. Would highly recommend if you read the Murderbot Diaries but haven't read this, read it. It's so interesting. So next up we have my manga that I read this month, which was Sasuke and Minato. This is the volume 1. So this was really cute. It's just very interesting. I really like Sasuke as a character, and Minato is totally oblivious to everything going on around him, and oblivious to Sasuke's feelings for him. It was just really cute. This one got a 4 out of 5 stars. Would highly recommend. Plus it's super short book. I kind of ditched the rest of my TBR that I had planned for December, filming this a couple of days before Christmas. Kind of Christmased out with Christmas books, so I kind of just dove into something completely different. So now we're on to the book that I'm currently reading as of the filming of this video, which is Game Changer. So this one is a hockey romance. And it's really good so far, this one. I was not really expecting to pick this one up, but also I'm really happy that I did. So this follows Captain Scott Hunter of the New York Admirals, as he's kind of facing like the worst hockey playing that he's ever done. And then he meets Kip, our other main character, who works at a smoothie bar, and he gets a smoothie, and lo and behold, that ends up working for him as, you know, like a charm to have a really great game, I guess. And then their story kind of intermixes from there, and it's really cute so far. I'm about 10 or 15% in as of the filming of this video, and I'm really liking it.
Editing Megan here again. So I forgot to mention my last book that I was planning to read between Christmas and New Year's at the end of this video, which is Party Favors. This is part of the So Over the Holidays series. Like, this particular book is a female-female romance set around New Year's Eve, which I figured was perfect, you know, for between Christmas and New Year's. So we'll see if I get to it.
So that was everything that I read and did not read in December, which, you guys, by the end of December, I should hit 90 books for the year, which, oh my god, I'm so excited about, because I haven't read that many books ever in a year. Which I'm super excited about. So my favorite book this month definitely has to go to Murderbot Diaries, Network Effect. That was just so good, and like all the other Christmassy books were really cute too, and I couldn't pick. What all did you guys read this month? How many books did you guys read this year? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget the like button. If you haven't already but would like to, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media for more bookish stuff, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys.